What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. So before I get into everything today, I just want to address a couple topics. So right off the bat, you guys can probably tell that I'm in a brand new setup once again. I just moved everything that I had in the basement back upstairs. I think it makes for a way better setup just because of the lighting. It's a lot more natural and it just looks better in my opinion. So I think this is the final change for now. I've been switching it up a lot lately and I think this is just where I'm gonna stay. And also, I know I haven't uploaded a video in over a month now, but school has just really been taking up a lot of my time. I've been trying to focus on getting good grades, and because of that, I haven't been able to film a video in a long time. Oh yeah, by the way, thank you guys so much for 5,000 subscribers. I know that's not a huge number, but nonetheless, it means a lot to me. I appreciate the support so much and I really mean that. I've made some super dope relationships from people all over the world and it's just like mind-blowing to me. So I love you guys. Thank you so much, and without any further ado, let's get right into the video. So a common theme that goes for pretty much anybody who's into fashion is that our style is always changing and evolving and you're always cycling through different pieces. And pretty much the only logical way to keep that cycle going is just to sell your clothes that you don't wear anymore or you've grown out of. A lot of people tend to just let their clothes sit in their closet or sit on a rack and they don't touch them for months. And instead of doing that, there's plenty of ways to sell your clothes online. And not only is this a great way to get rid of clothes sitting in your closet, but it's also a way to make extra money. Whether you want to afford a little bit more expensive item or you just want some extra spending money, selling your clothes can be a great way to do that. This is going to be a pretty quick and straight to the point video. I'm just going to share with you guys a few methods of how I sell my clothes. So without any further ado, let's get into method number one. So by far the number one way I like to sell my clothes is through Grailed. By this point, most of you guys have probably heard of Grailed. It's just like a marketplace app, kind of like eBay, but just for clothes. I spend an unhealthy amount of time on that app and I love it so much just because of how usable it is. You can buy and sell and it's just so easy and you can find such a wide variety of stuff. Both buyers and sellers are protected by PayPal, so if you get scammed in any way, then you can get your money back. And I swear, I don't know any other company in existence that could blatantly make fun of all their audience and still get away with it and still get business, but it's all in fun and games. If you guys have seen their Instagram, then you know what I'm talking about. So I'm gonna take you guys through the whole selling process. Just as an example, I'm gonna use this Helmut Lang t-shirt, L'Apocalypse Joyeuse. It's kind of nice, but I don't wear it that much. I'm not really in a rush to sell it, but I'm just gonna throw it up on there anyways. So opening up the app, you see the home page, recently viewed, all that good stuff. You're gonna wanna hit in the bottom right the sell button, add a listing, and then for the category, this is just a top and it's a short sleeve t-shirt, so I'm gonna hit that. Next, condition, this is very gently used. I wore it like 2 or 3 times and it has no flaws, so I'm gonna hit gently used. Size is an extra large. Add a designer, the designer is Helmut Lang. Hit that right there, it comes up super easy. Add a color, white. For the item name, this is called the Helmut Lang Chalk White Hack Logo Tee, so I'm just gonna look that up. Next up is the item name. You're gonna wanna put the specific name of the item, so this is called the Helmut Lang Chalk White Hack Logo Tee. Next, I don't see a matching item, so I'm just gonna hit no match. And then for the description, you're gonna wanna give a pretty detailed description. One of my pet peeves is just when it says like 8 out of 10 and that's it. So you're gonna wanna give the condition, the size, the fit, pretty much everything. If you want, you could add measurements, but I would really only do that if somebody asked for them. So for the description, this was worn 2 times about. The only flaw, now that I look at it really close, is there's some like dirt on the collar, so I'm just gonna add that. This one in particular fits pretty slim, so I'm gonna add that. And retail on this was pretty high. I think it was like $240, so I'm gonna put $240 retail. By the way, I didn't buy it for that. I bought it for like $100. And then always at the bottom of the listing, I like to say message me with any questions, just because it's more like inviting to customers. And then a few tips for the photos would just be to have good lighting and like a good clean background, and also to show all the flaws up close just so you don't get charged back. Show the front and the back of the piece, show like the tags, show pretty much everything about it just so the customer has a good idea of what they're buying. So I just went and took a few pictures right here on the rack, and I really don't think I had to show that process. It's pretty much common sense. I just have a picture of the front, the tag, and the back. There's not much else that you have to add. It's pretty much common sense with the pictures. You just want to make sure that it's not shit quality, like super blurry or anything like that. You guys will be hearing a lot more about Grailed on this channel in the future. It's pretty much the #1 place where I buy and sell stuff, so you guys will be hearing it mentioned a lot more. The second one is another marketplace app that's pretty similar to Grailed. You guys have probably heard of it by now, and that's Depop. This is really like a fallback option as compared to Grailed. I usually post on Grailed first and then Depop second if it takes a while to sell. That's just because a lot of stuff seems to take a lot longer to sell on Depop. I don't know why that is, but it's always just like a fallback option. Depop is also a nice usable app, but it also has like a bigger audience for like vintage or DIY DIY type pieces. I've noticed that there might not be as big of like an audience for higher end stuff on there, so that's why I end up selling a lot of this stuff on Grailed. But by any means, if you want to use Depop as your first option, then go ahead. I just like to use Grailed. An honorable mention is eBay. I tend to stay away from eBay for the most part just because it's kind of sketchy sometimes. My mom actually used to resell like thrifted clothes on eBay for a while, and it's a pretty good way to make money, but at the same time it's a little bit sketchy just because buyers can easily charge back pretty much anything they get. It's definitely not as secure as the other options, but you can still get a pretty good audience coming to your pieces. And then third and final, holy shit, this video is short, but the third one is social media. This is pretty much a given. Really, anything you post on Grailed or Depop or anything like that, you should also post on social media as well. Just on my personal Instagram, by the way, you guys should go follow that at whoisjxn. I like to post pretty much anything I post on my Instagram story. Something that I've been wanting to do for a while now and I'm thinking about getting started is a separate like selling or archive type page that a lot of people are doing. This is a good way to keep track of everything that you get, and it's also a good way to filter out the people that actually want to buy your pieces instead of like clogging up your Instagram feed with selling clothes. On a separate selling page, you can build up an audience of people that are actually going to be interested in buying the pieces instead of people that are just going to scroll through and not really care about it. Obviously, everybody has social media now, and you might as well utilize it if you're trying to sell your clothes. So like I said before, this was a super short video, but I hope you guys still took something away from it. If you enjoyed, leave a thumbs up. If you didn't, leave a thumbs down. I don't really care. Subscribe if you're new. Follow my Instagram, all that good stuff. I'm out.